Well, behind a banner, March for Justice, the protest set off from Casemates Square this evening, making its way to the Convent, where they're going to hand in a petition to the governor. Interesting to point out, the protest made up of mostly women. The march was peaceful but certainly not silent, with protesters encouraged to make their voices heard. And they did. Chants of 4 years is not enough. We want justice and independent inquiry now reverberated down Main Street as demonstrators made their way to the Convent. At times, they filled Main Street as far as the eye could see. Among them, opposition members, including the leader of the opposition and Together Gibraltar leader Marlene Hassan Naon. Once outside the convent, a message from Carolina's family was read out.
That the man who killed Carolina has today been released from custody.
The governor met the protesters and they handed him a letter with documentation which he told GBC he would look into. After receiving it, Sir David Steele made it a point of crossing the road to offer personal condolences to Carolina's mother, who was clearly moved by the support. The protesters were slow in disbanding and remained there as I spoke to organiser Liane Garcia, friend of Carolina's, and first asked her about the reasons for the demonstration.
This protest was organised by Carolina's school friends, basically demanding answers. We don't feel that the Lishman case was handled properly, and we're looking for reassurances that was the case. So what we're demanding is a public inquiry for the decisions taken by the Director of Public Prosecution. And we know the Attorney General said he was satisfied, but those details haven't been made public. And for us, this sentence didn't seem fair.
We gave an initial number of 250. It certainly gathered momentum from the Casemates to here.
Yeah, no, we estimated as much higher than that. At one point we couldn't see Main Street, so there's definitely been a good turnout. I mean, at the end of the day, Carolina's case has been sentenced and her killer is out free. But what we want to achieve with this is to make sure that any failings are corrected and that going forward, if anything like this, God forbid, were to happen again, that the women of Gibraltar, the people of Gibraltar would have confidence in the legal system.
You have a complaint with the Admissions and Disciplinary Committee. Doesn't this protest then jump the gun?
That complaint was actually done by the family directly, and they're taking it forward. They mentioned it earlier in their letter to the governor. What we want to do is apply pressure on both the governor and the government. The petition will be presented to number 6 as well as to the governor for this inquiry to happen, which is a separate independent public inquiry that we're looking for, so that the whole process can be looked at and give the public that reassurance that they need. Our petition has had almost 5,000 signatures. We're actually leaving it open till the end of the week in case this raises awareness and more people wish to sign it, after which it will be presented to the government. We know that both the GSD and Together Gibraltar have made representations on our behalf. Well, we've invited them to comment, and they have. We have invited the government to comment, and so far they haven't. We're hoping after this they will see that the public do want an inquiry and they do want answers, and hopefully we'll be able to see why these decisions were made.
You mentioned that Real Lishman is a free man as from today. Has this protest been organised to coincide with that?
Well, actually, it's coinciding with the 4 years of Carolina's death. That was on Monday, and we arranged it today. Where we weren't exactly sure when the release date was. It turns out it is today, so it has coincided with the protest. Unfortunately, in the current legal system, with a sentence of only manslaughter, once you've served 2/3 of the sentence, it's automatic parole. So we knew that if it wasn't going to be today, it was going to be soon. Again, that's one of the things that perhaps they need to look at in this inquiry, because we believe that no life is worth 4 years, especially not Carolina's, who was very close to all of us.